Alright, so the arena's about to start. We've got many Grandmasters in here: Sergei Kozhegoko, Ruslan Ponomariov, Vlad Dubrov, Archerix, all these. Erwin L'Ami, I'm just naming the ones I recognize. Yeah. Playing someone close to my rating in round 1, but due to the overall strength of the tournament, it's going to be really rough overall. Alright, my opponent goes for the b6 line. I think the line is bishop e7, knight f4, d5 takes, king takes, then some more theory. Bishop takes c3 is also an option, but it's not very serious. White just takes and gets the bishop pair. I play like d5 and I go queen f3. Now that you've castled, this is pretty effective. If black tries to open the position with f6, that just opens the g-file for my rook. Instead, he tries to keep things solid, but after queen g3, I should definitely be better. So this exchange appears to help my task. Next up, h5. I'm not sure if I want to play bishop to d3 yet. Knight f5 can be met with queen g4. And g6 is just horrible. I take. If he doesn't play g6, though, I'm able to play g6 myself. It's a question, though. Should I? I don't think so. I'm going to attack f5 first with bishop d3. Alright, can I play g6? And have black not respond with something annoying? Not really a risk. The delay makes that kinda not important in this case. It's like 15 seconds between when I play the move and when there's actual commentators. So if they're doing that, they're losing a lot of time. And plus, a lot of the time my opponents are stronger than me anyway, and my thoughts are probably just, like, worse. So, now I'll take on f5. Can I go knight takes d5 now? Knight takes d5... I think it works? Knight knight c5. Yeah, it's pinned to my rook, so I can't really do that right now. Instead, I'm going to play bishop d2. I definitely have a big advantage here. Knight f8. Makes sense. Time for me to castle. You know, I'll just take that. I mean, I like pawns. It would have been much more threatening if my opponent prepared it and managed to get a successful b4, as that would have exchanged one of my pawns. Now, however, he doesn't really have any pawn breaks, so it's kind of tricky. He can't check me. He can check with queen g8, queen c8, but then I just take. The exchange is good for me. And now I'm gonna play like bishop b4 and knight. If I can exchange my bishop for his knight, that would be really good. Ah. He's hoping to play bishop g4. That's fine. If I can play queen takes d5 check in response to that, I'm definitely doing great. Because takes, knight, bishop takes d1. Good. Alright, so now rook d2, defending b2. Probably going to prepare e4. Not entirely sure how I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll just play it. I want some play. Because my opponent is going to have some back rank problems. If I can exploit that, that would be great. Apparently a couple people have already finished their games. Don't really expect that with this many strong players. Usually games between strong, equally matched players last a little while. Especially if you give them increment. Oh, shoot. I have an idea. This is not gonna work. Yeah, he's gonna take on c3. Just play like rook c8. Alright, so my opponent defends with king f8. But now with f3, making it difficult for black to actually win. Okay, so my opponent's attacking both my pawns. If I don't want to allow bishop d7, I should probably defend against that. Time control is 3 minutes, 2-second increment. But if bishop d7, I got rook e7. And maybe rook f7 and other rook to e7. Can I check? I don't think I should. I mean, I'm letting you escape, but I don't know if it's such a good thing. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm lost. Okay. Yeah, I just totally missed that tactic. We've got a pretty typical London. Okay, this is just starting to get kind of weird. Alright, so I'm going to play bishop a6, attempting to exchange light squared bishops. Knight b8. It may look like undeveloping, but the knight's worse placed in c7 because it can't really go to c6. Now I can search. Maybe I can try knight e4. That seems reasonable. I think that's supposed to be my response. Who plays that? I don't remember. Okay, so f6. Knight has to do something. He takes mine. That's fair. Probably f5 next. He does it first. Makes sense. Alright, I think I'm going to take on d4. See which way it takes back. If he takes back with the e-pawn, then I'm going to try and create some play with my e-pawn. Rook af1 should be met by probably king h8. I don't see how I can create any threats along the h file, really. Right, let's attack h2. Now bishop g3 takes. That I think this is a favorable trade for me. Might have been a little more accurate to force the king to h1 first, but I don't really see the difference. It might even be safer there. So. Let's try rook e6, planning g6 and f5. If white goes d5, I can play rook to e5. I think it's about even. Alright, so queen f2. Sensible, but I really want to exploit your misplaced rook, and I think I have a better chance in the middle game. So let's go here and here. Queen h6, she takes f5, my rook's defended. I was concerned about that for a minute. Or more like a second fraction of one. I'd like to be able to play g5, but I don't really see that happening. However, white's king's kind of open, and he has to be careful. If he stops defending g3, then g5 is going to be strong. For example, queen g3, g5, and you have to play like rook f3, then I play f4 and just win a rook. Should I allow takes? Should I play rook d8 and allow just mass exchanges? I don't know if rook d8 does anything else constructive. Maybe I should take on g4. Takes. Queen e6. Seems strong. If you take on e4, I take on h3, and I think my passed pawns should give me the edge. Take on g4, queen e6 forks 2 pawns. I think you have to defend with... Oh! Interesting. He wants to take it with check. Should I let him? King g8, queen c8. Check, check. I think I can go here instead. Maybe not. Okay, king f8. White's definitely fighting for a draw. I should be winning. I'm just not entirely sure how. Actually, it's probably just a draw. I think I just take it. For a draw. He declines a draw. Kinda weird. I'll take the draw. Alright, that's the point. Yay. Why is the chat window so big? I no longer have 0 points. Alright, black against another GM, this time Marian Petrov, and he is 1 point higher rated. Formidable matchup. Alright, so what was my move here? I think I'm supposed to play something like knight b6. Keep an eye on the c4 square, prepare maybe d5. If e5, knight h5, g4, knight g7. Kinda cramped, but still good. Maybe just d5, or just bishop g7 and castles. Yeah, I think I'll just castle. You can go bishop h6, but I'll castle anyway. Takes. Exchanges aren't too bad. This is starting to get annoying. I might just turn it off. I think I'd have to play d5, else I just get squashed. Then again, I might just get squashed here too. I'm going to go to a8 so I can reroute my knight to e6. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they're copyright free. I just, you know, I've got a station with songs that I don't mind listening to, but then it starts getting really repetitive after a while. So yeah. Yeah, hang on, I'm gonna get rid of something. Tournament's next weekend. So I will be playing. Okay. So white's got an edge thanks to his active pieces. Royalty-free music on YouTube. Yeah, that might be a bit better. Would you still be able to upload the replays to YouTube, though? I mean, because there's already a creator with that music on the platform. Alright. White's got a very annoying position. I'll just go ahead and take it because, honestly, I don't know what else to do with my position. Awesome. I think I'll just try that. Because I'm starting to get kind of annoyed with Pretzel's songs. Not to mention they're just saying the songs in chat. Although sometimes it's like the only thing going on in there, so not so bad. That would lose a queen. That would not lose a queen. By comparison, this is a better move, and I think I'll go with that. I'd like to exchange some of White's attacking pieces, just to get rid of a little bit of his potential for checkmating me. Maybe I'll try f6. Ooh. Hopefully I can bring my other rook into defense. And yeah, there's increments, so I think White's going to be able to pull this off. Especially since I think I'm just losing here. Queen f5, knight h5. Ouch. Maybe queen g4. Oh, and rook g3. Queen h4. Okay, I don't think this is the best way to apply pressure. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna try just queen e3 and pressure me a little bit more? He's going for the rook ending. Well, I guess you do win a pawn. And you are, yeah, you're probably completely winning. But I've got to at least try to defend, so rook e4 attacks this and might be useful. I don't think this is a smart way to convert. You're allowing me counterplay. I've got 2 passed pawns now. And I'm about to advance one of them. Okay. Maybe try rook c4 now, maybe like king e4. Stuff like that. Now with the king cut off on the back rank, I may be able to combine mate threats with pawn promotion ideas. Also, some more ideas become playable. I'm going to keep an eye on his pawns. Okay, now I'm winning. I just play a2, check, and queen. d3. Now I got another pawn doing it. Hang on, so check, rook b2, king b1, check. I'm doing it like this. I think this is the only way to win. Thanks, Alisk, appreciate it. And now I just win. Check. And take the pawn. Nice, I got a win. Appreciate it, Alisk. I'll open that up. Okay, we got an 833 after like 3 2600s in a row. You can tell this is going to be the toughest matchup. I kind of bet for this 800. Everyone outrates him by at least a couple hundred points. Okay, never mind. There's a 500. He's good. Ouch, sorry about that, Alisk. Just mentioning that in an arena this strong, it's kind of painful. Not being a GM, even in my case, I have really tough games all the time. It's good practice, though, for my tournament this weekend, I guess. Since it's got increment, I can't rely fully on the clock and have to actually play good chess. Alright, so knight f4 applies some pressure on the pawns, and provokes black to make this unfavorable exchange. Now, if he doesn't take on e6, then I'm definitely better. If he does take on e6, I'm also definitely better. Okay, this is very annoying. Oh, oops. That was a mistake. Alright, and now with 1500. Oh, congrats, Alisk, on breaking 1000. But, yeah. Sorry about that. Hope you are able to get to tournaments again soon. They're pretty fun. So anyway, this classical variation of the Nimzo. White didn't choose the most challenging line, and I should be just okay here. Looks kind of drawish, but compared to other drawish variations, you have imbalances, like I have a knight versus a bishop, and he's got a messed up pawn structure. So it's a lot more interesting than, like, you know, the Queen's Gambit decline, which I don't really enjoy playing, because it just leads to very symmetrical positions. So I haven't played in a while. I'm hoping white plays something like knight c1, allowing knight f3 for just mate. That would be great. Awesome. Glad to hear it, Alisk. Alright, opposite colored bishops in this type of position just mean better attacking chances. So let's go rook d8, pinning the knight. It can't take me on c6. It can't take my knight bishop on c6 because I just take the queen. Queen e2, bishop d5. Oops. Okay, now you lose an exchange, and it should just be technique now. Alright, let's go b6. Alright. Now I know I'm definitely winning. If I can avoid messing up, I should be fine. Queen b7 meets a5, everything's defended. White has some annoying play, but not really that much. Oh, wait a minute. Can you just play knight c6? Alright, knight c6 actually won the material back because I got careless, so... Settle castle. I'm going to offer a queen exchange and tempt him into playing queen takes b6. And yeah, when you have a huge advantage, there's a pretty big margin for error. You can make a bunch of mistakes and still win. Alright, this seems to force an exchange of queens. It's a fancy way to exchange queens, but it still exchanges queens. He's going to have to block an f1. So I win his queen for a rook, he wins my queen for a rook. Oh, that's a nice one, but in this case, I get queen b3, and there's a very uncomfortable decision for white. Where is he going to put his bishop, or how is he going to protect it? I've got rook d1 coming up as well. The whole thing just seems unpleasant. Alright, knight e4 just threatens rook to d2. Oh, f3. I don't think you want to play that move. No, I'm just completely winning. If you go queen a6, I can go knight c5 before taking the bishop, so you have to go queen f1. Or resign. I'm okay with that too. What is up with the windows? Just like keep resizing. Sergei Jigalko, and he is 2,900, so rest in peace, my win streak. Queen c7 and e5. Feel like I need to create some play. So white's following the typical plan for white in these structures. Just put your arrange your bishops like this, put a pawn on a5, queen on b1, and start pushing. Knight g5, rook f8, and h6 forces the knight back. Also, okay. Ooh. Yeah. That's definitely annoying. But if white doesn't take, I'm not sure what he's going to do. Oh. I'm an idiot. I'm just going to lose my... If I move my rook, I just have a complete kingside collapse. So at least this way I have to decide where to castle. He doesn't even have to take, he can probably just retreat the bishop. Alright. Now what's he gonna do? Just castle queenside? I think that gives me some counter chances, so I'd be happy to see that. He does not. Probably a wise decision. So I'm going... Oh. F7 does hang, but I've got like knight c5. And now I guess I'd take on e4. I'd like to be able to open up the king side because that's where I'm going to get all my counterplay. Wait, but if I take, he's just got f3. Is that bad though? Can I just organize something against this king anyway? I don't really think so. I think I'm going to play like knight f6. I guess now I've got like e4 and knight takes g4 maybe? I don't know. At least I'm making it interesting for him. If he takes an e4, I can't take back with the knight because of rook f7 check, but I can probably play like bishop takes g4 or queen g3. Okay, against queen to a3. Where should I can't put my bishop anywhere. That's really annoying. Maybe I can play b5. He takes queen takes. If I place bishop e2, I might just play knight d5, place bishop a2, gain some space, so I just play like c5 or something. Alright, my opponent, that was definitely the right response. And now I think I'm just lost. I mean, earlier I had some ideas, but now it's just over. I can resign. Because if queen c7, white has queen d6, infiltrating and preventing any tactics I may have had. Okay, 1699. Solid opponents. Number 3, how? He must not have gotten any really hard matchups. Or either that. Yeah, he's been playing untitled players the entire tournament. Okay. We'll play our typical system against the London. I think the move is like 94 or something there. White has a somewhat unpleasant position due to the fact that his d4 pawn is a constant problem Fortunately for him, I'm going to get rid of it while activating all my pieces in the process. Whoa. Okay, this has got to be bad for white. He can't play knight d2 because it just take on d4, so he's got to do a different retreat. But I don't see that working out. Knight g5. Okay. This move restricts the knight and just like leaves it trapped on h3. If he ever plays f4, I can play g4. Forcing knight f2, then bishop f5. I've got a very nice position. Yeah, I can't play g4 till he plays f4 because otherwise he just plays knight f4 and my position is awful. Queen b3. Oops. Georgka 007. Alright. Will likely transpose into some sort of... unless he takes in c3, it's going to be some sort of King's Indian. Or Benoni. It's a Benoni now. It's a non-traditional Benoni because his knight was developed to e7 instead of f6, meaning f5 is faster. This is not necessarily 100% good. The knight's also less active on e7. Okay. Come on. Am I having this much trouble with the overlay? I'd play h4, but after rook e8, it doesn't seem like a good idea. Instead, I'll try bishop g5 and queen d2, putting some pressure on black's kingside without the knight on f6. It's not as well defended. If he plays f6 instead, I'll just play bishop e3. If he plays h6, I play bishop e3. The point of bishop e3 was to weaken the kingside and give me a target. Also, I think f4 and e5 is more effective with the knight on e7 because the rook on e8 can't really help defend against it. Position's opening up, but I don't think it's in black's favor. I have a lot of kingside play, and moves like knight e4 and rook f7 are interesting. I don't think they work, though. Maybe I can try for an h4, h5 break. Whatever the case, I think black has a more difficult practical task. Although both sides' positions are certainly difficult. Wait, what? Wait, so his justification is that my bishop is hanging, so knight takes d5, bishop d4 check, and queen takes a d5. Doesn't lose any material. If I play something like bishop g5, he'll be able to play knight f6, and it's not so clear. If I take d5, the queen takes, king takes h6, and I'm definitely worse, so I guess the only move remaining, I mean, I could try bishop b5, but I don't think it's going to work, is knight takes d5. So now black's up a pawn. which is not ideal. However, his king position is also not ideal for him, and I've gotten some ideas like queen g5, h4, h5, just really annoying black. Maybe rook e1 and penetration along the center files. I think for now I'm going to stick to h4, h5 though, just because it seems like such a difficult plan to counter. One of black's main problems of his position is that all his pieces are offside on the queen side. We'll try 94. Rook e1 seems promising. Got a lot of interesting ideas here, but I'm not really sure if any of them work. Black's defending pretty well. At some point he's going to get into time pressure even though there's a 2-second increment. Just means the time pressure lasts longer. Queen g5, bishop f6. I don't think that works because my bishop on h6 is hanging at the end. That kind of stinks. Queen f6, bishop, queen e3. Weird, but might work. Maybe bishop g4. Can't take it because his queen's pinned. If he plays queen h7 or something, I just take on e6. And otherwise, I can consider knight e4 now. Actually, no, then queen h7. If he takes there, I take, check, and I think my attack wins. It better. Alright, I think I've improved my position. Black's is significantly undermined, and I can now bring my king to g1. Oh, shoot! Did I just blunder that? Ouch. Okay, now my other rook is hanging. This is bad. But not over. Yeah, that just sucked. Really awful. Hoping he tries to simplify and then I just take on e4. Now I've got rook g3 as an idea. He says no. I play b3. Yeah, it's bad. I don't think that quite works. I'm going to try for queen c6. I'm really low on time now. Shoot. Oh, I could have taken... Wait, no, then knight f1. Or just that. Yeah, that was bad. Let's just go on to the next game. Wait, is this guy provisional? I feel like he went up way more than he should have. Yeah, it looks like this guy hasn't played actually many games on chess.com. Typical Austrian attack theory. D takes c5, queen a5. Get some water. This is a pretty topical line, it appears. With queen d3, white intends to exchange queens on b5 at some point. Or at least usually he does. Because the queen's kind of exposed on d3. And if you don't want your queen to be exposed, you play bishop d3 instead. I don't think this is a variation. Black seems pretty fine. Now I'll try for maybe b5 and a6. Not in that order necessarily. Probably in the opposite order. Anyway, just get some pressure. Knight d5, king to f8 seems fine. A bit cramped, but in this type of position, being cramped doesn't matter that much. As long as you've got comfortable squares for all your pieces. But I'm not really sure I have that either. I guess I could try knight b6. This unconventional move seems pretty strong in this case because it threatens to go to c4, and white can't stop it with b3 due to c3 hanging. If he goes knight d5, I think I'll take and play rook takes c2. I think I end up a pawn there. So I guess he could try maybe... Okay, rook a3 and rook e3 both hurt his position because after knight c4 I'm attacking a rook and a bishop. He wants to keep the bishop. If I manage to exchange it, I should be better. So what's it going to be? And I've got a nice move here. Should I play it? Yeah, why not? Knight to a3. If he doesn't take, I just go knight takes c2 and win, so he has to take. And then I end up with a better structure. Isn't really that much, but it's something. Might have been more precise to play rook c4. But in any case, the position seems comfortable. At least for now. Let's try rook c4 and rook c8. So how's white going to defend his pawn? Is he going to play like e5 or something? Maybe I just take that. And if knight takes e5, bishop takes e5, and rook takes a4. Okay, he doesn't take the knight. Probably best. If rook d7, rook takes a4, rook takes e7, retreat should be fine. Alright, now let's go f6. Rook takes a4, rook to d7 looks really annoying. I don't think I should allow that, so I'm going to play rook c7. Alright, now I can take an a4. Because if bishop g3, I can play like rook c6, and my pawn's still defended. Point of rook c6, I gotta keep my bishop protected. At least for now. Next up, knight c7 loses because of rook c8, so I'm gonna probably need to play something like bishop a5. Or bishop e5, can I do that? I don't think I should. Instead, I'm gonna play rook to e4 and rook to e7. I'm a solid pawn up. h5. Don't want him to do anything annoying over there, so I'm going to fix his pawn. Rook b5, rook to e7, I think? Seems like a logical way to continue. Safeguarding my king a little bit more, and hopefully I'll be able to find a decent square for the bishop. That's a really annoying issue I've had for most of the game. However, I found a nice square for the knight, so that's nice. No, aren't you just worse? Okay, knight e1, you're defending for now. But king d5 seems pretty strong. Rook to d6. Rook c8. That's annoying. I think I'll try bishop d4. Hang on, can you play like g3, knight f5, knight f4? I guess so. But I should be doing well there after king e4. Rook c4 check, rook d4. If he doesn't take, I'm definitely good. Alright. And white loses. Although he's not willing to admit it yet. Yeah, because king e3, rook d3 is annoying. Let's just check. Play king f5, attacking f4. I'm not taking a draw. What on earth? I'm not that bad. Maybe you tried to resign but misclicked. That's the only acceptable explanation. How bad do you think I am? If I failed to beat the world champion with this, I'd just probably quit. I mean, if I had 10 seconds, sure, but this is increment. That would be stalemate. Okay, maybe it was somewhat justified. Mate. Okay, beat to 2700, that was solid. What is... I'm gonna have to have a word with chess.com. This is getting ridiculous. It seems like a nice solid system to play against this kind of opening. Alright, Vlad Dobrov and clear first. Hey Urban Series, welcome back. Playing an arena with a ridiculous amount of grandmasters. You missed me beating a 2700 by about, like, how many seconds? Probably 25. This is a quiet system against Black's sharp opening, the goal of which is to gain some sort of slight advantage with just natural moves, if possible. Yeah. So it's really tough. 3-2 forces you to like actually think a lot about your moves, unlike 3-0 with no increment. So if I can win this one though, I'll bounce back up to 2600. I think I can play knight d6 here. You take, I take, and I have an advantage. If you don't take it, your bishop on d6 just hangs, or your rook. Plus, at the end, I'm forking your knight and pawn, so you probably have to play knight e4, and then I can play bishop c4. Yeah, I've got a really nice position. If he plays queen e7, I could do like knight g5. Alright, so I've exchanged my bishop pair advantage for playing against the doubled pawns. And for the next few moves, I'll exchange down into a winning endgame. Or at least an endgame I believe to be winning. If he refuses to exchange, I should also have the advantage. For example, after rook d8, knight e5, knight h5, bishop e3. Where I'm attacking both his queenside pawns and he has to lose one. It may look drawish, but black is going to have to defend for a long time. See if I can force the pawn to a more vulnerable square. If it plays a5, I'll play a4, and the pawn's stuck on a dark square. So you should probably play a6 so it can't be targeted by my bishop. Although I guess a4 knight b6 is alright for him. So first I'm going to play bishop a7. c4, now I can play a4. I'm planning on maneuvering my knight to a3, attacking at c4. I'm not sure how he's going to defend against that. He could try maneuvering his knight. Oh. Ooh. That's a problem. Oh, crud. Bishop c1. Not much else I can do now except just go forward with my plan, except that now I just don't end up at material at the end. Rather, I'm stuck defending a worse position. It's not so bad. Should probably play, like, just bring my king up or something. I don't know what else to do. I should probably, after the knight moves, I can set up a barrier with knight b6 to keep the king out of the center. Or maybe play bishop a. Depending on where it moves, play bishop b6, winning the a pawn. So we're about halfway through the arena, and Vlad Dobrov is in clear first. He's got some experience with these arenas. He's a frequent competitor in Arena Kings. Also, he's 2900. I'm impressed at the amount of Grandmasters Metal Eagle managed to bring into this event. I'd play h3 and g4, but then knight f4 is a problem. So I guess I'll just retreat my bishop. Black's running low on time. Alright, and I think this will help, exchanging some pawns on the king side. Although he does get an outside pass pawn, I get some ideas too. Like bishop to d8, and knight takes a5. Should be a draw now. Although I'm pretty sure my opponent will still be able to set me some practical problems. However, I don't see this problem being overcome. Bishop h2. If knight f4, king c5, knight g5. Ooh, maybe I should have gone king. Yeah, I should have gone bishop g4, bishop g3. Well, my opponent probably would have zugzwanged me, forcing me to do that anyway. I should draw this, I think. G4 is definitely accurate, though. I think I'm good. He had to play king f4, but even then I'm not really sure. Now he can't interfere along f4, and I should draw. Problem with his position is that my piece has set up a barrier. My king's about to go in front of a pawn, and yeah, it's a draw. Alright. Alvard. Here's where I get back that one rating point I lost from the draw. Bishop pair's nice. I'll just continue to naturally develop. See if something pops up. Do I have chances? Maybe push h4. Yeah, definitely push h4 now that you've castled. Why on earth would you do that? It just weakens your king. Black's position seems very unpleasant. Even after this. If you have to take the rook and now I go knight e5. I've got a very annoying attack. Probably castle. And go king b1. I definitely have enough compensation for the pawns. Knight f5, rook to g1. I'm now threatening knight takes d7, and he misses it. Now I win a rook. Alright, 17th place, 17 points. Yeah, I'm on an even score. Wait, no. He's on 7 out of 15, I'm on 7 out of 11. I'm on a better than even score. UNC, yay! Okay. I just, oh no in the chat. Ouch. Alright, you don't really get anything from this. Your minor pieces are better than my rook right now. Alright, he's got a coherent attacking scheme going. That involves unnecessarily sacrificing a bishop. Okay. Whatever suits your style of play, I guess. Even objectively losing positions. Knight d5 threatens a lot of things. e6 and rook to e7 seems to hold everything together. Okay, f5, I think I just... Wait. Takes on c3 seems better. Because f6 can be met by knight e4 check, winning the pawn. Hold on a second. I know I'm not getting mated because I can play like knight d7, but how do I win? Oh yeah, I'd like this. This is pretty simple. Okay, so now that the bishop's defended, I'm going to play knight g3. Preventing rook f1. Rook h3 makes sense. And I'll just play knight to e2 check. Do I want to play knight d7? You know, I probably should. Because it releases a lot of the pressure on my position. And I'm still much better. Oh yeah, I can't do that, it's pinned. That's a slight problem. Anyway, I'll just check. Check. Check again. And pick up h6. Sure, you can take back. I mean, my bishop's pinned. But after I get rid of your really annoying bishop, it's just really easy to win. I'm gonna let you pin my queen, because I just have mate after that. Alright, GG. And Halvard again. Oh, poor Halvard. Let's go c5. e5, knight e4. Bishop f4, queen b6. h4, interesting. I don't think this is any good for white. Double attack. Only way to defend against both is knight f3, but then queen c3 check is very annoying. So I guess I just get another pawn. I mean, I am moving my queen a lot. I guess that's where you're looking for compensation. Maybe actually I have some. How many more times should I move my queen? Just once. I'm gonna create a safe square for it on h6. It's a funny position. If he takes on a6, I'll take back the queen, and you can't take on c5 because queen a5 check wins a piece. So you play a3. I can play b6. I'm starting to get some of my pieces out. Alright, how should I unravel? Probably with g6 and bishop g7. Leaves my queen offside, but I don't know if any other way to do it. Alright, this allows knight e6, and my knight's back in the game. Bishop takes f3, and now you lose. Because if you take back, I have knight h3, check winning the queen. Alright, we've got a national master rated 2641. Impressive. Let's see if he just recently entered, so. Knight f3, c5. Still Austrian attack stuff. d5, I think do I castle? Yes. Should probably have studied this line better. It's pretty typical. So knight a6 allows knight b4 ideas. Also, maybe knight. Okay, bishop b5, knight b4, now a6. Now I'm preparing b5, a takes b5, knight takes a takes b6, knight takes b6 with some play. If he plays f5, knight e5 is just crushing. If he's probably going to try and bolster his attack by moves like queen e2, maybe bishop e3, something like that. Alright, now this is good. A takes b6, knight takes b6, and you can't take on a6, because after all the exchanges, I have a really strong move at knight to c4. Alright, first move. So with this move I achieved my goal. I seemed rather cramped earlier, now I actually have something to do with my pieces. If he tries a move like queen to e2, I can just take the bishop and then take on c2. So he might just have to play bishop e2, which isn't that bad. What? Isn't this just bad for white? Because knight c4. I've got a lot of pieces on b2, I've got a piece on e3. I'm threatening right now to take on e3 and play bishop d4, winning the exchange. Alright, that's a solid defensive move. Interesting. So if I take on b2, you're playing queen e2 and say, hey, your knight's trapped? Well, not necessarily saying it, but you get the idea. Well, I'm going to play rook to b4 and say, hey, I'm going to just bring my knight out to c4, and what are you going to do about it? He's going to play e5, which, sure, is a sensible move. But knight c4, the knight's really well placed here. I attack e5 and force white to make a decision sooner than he would have liked to. If he plays e6, I can consider both f takes e6, bishop d4, and I guess maybe something else. But I'm going to play f5. Oh, wait a minute. He's got a really strong move. Yeah, knight a2. That's a problem. So yeah, this move just might win material, I guess. I don't know if I can salvage anything. Ouch. I guess I have to play on, but don't really have high hopes. Queen to b5? Oh. Alright, now things are looking up. There's a pawn on e6. Queen c4 doesn't pin the knight. Alright, so this move keeps an eye on e6, attacks a6 and c2, so this is a very nice square for the queen. Yeah, blundering d5 just let me back into the game. Should I try knight b6? I think I should play knight c3. Just because it makes my structure more compact and easier to defend. Now my bishop on f6 holds everything together. If he is ever to play g4, I think I'll just take and play g5. I don't want to exchange queens, because with the queens on, I have also kingside counterplay against the king, but Without queens on, I don't. On the other hand, if I get control over the b file, it's probably worth it, so I think I'll take. Also, rook b4 threatens rook e4. I might even have an edge here. Alright, if I take... I can technically take an f4 and play bishop e5. But then king g3, g5, g takes f5. It looks really annoying. I'm going to try rook e4 instead. King on h6 looks a little bit loose, but it isn't, really. It's well protected, by all the squares around it are safe. Time to play bishop e5. No, it just looks really nice for me. I'm going to pick up the e-pawn. He's desperately trying to create some play, but it isn't going to work because of rook e4. Now I can just push the f-pawn as far as I want and he won't be able to stop it. Because he'll have to bring his rook out of the defensive. Away from the defense of that. And that's another win. Broke 2600. Okay, we're up against the same guy who I lost to in the beginning of the tournament. Let's go for something not too ambitious. Just want to get the center. Okay, this is a bit ambitious. Ahmed Adli's in this tournament. He's like 2,700 over the board. FIDE, not just USCF. Because, you know, he's from Egypt. You wouldn't have a USCF rating if he didn't play in the US. I guess he did once, but that's beside the point. Let's target c2. If you play e4, I can try f5. And for now, I'll just castle. Let's defend the center. If he plays d4, I can just play e4, and I'll have a nice square on f5 for minute. He's more likely to play d3, in which case I might respond d4. That seems like a smart idea. Getting the king out of the way of any potential pins. So I'm going to try rook a8, sorry. It's probably best to exchange. I mean, bishops like open positions, and I don't want him to play f5. That leads to a closed position where he's the only one with the attack, and I don't like that. If he takes an f6, my next tournament is the Washington International. It starts next Saturday. I had fun going for it a while. Ouch. Sorry, man. I need the win. Alright. Benjamin Bok. He's in first. He passed Vlad Dobrov. He's on a 7-game win streak. Yeah, is my stream lagging? My stream is lagging. But, oh, sorry about that. Alright. Anyway, this is a normal Nimzo main line. Let's see what this 2600-ish player has prepared against it. I guess just normal lines. E4, E5 is called the open games because because often white follows up with like D4, and it tends to lead to at least the main lines of it tend to lead to much more open and dynamic play than D4, D5, which usually has a lot of play on the queen side, not where the kings are. Major visual lag. Yeah. I gotta go. I'm gonna go see what the problem is. Probably just family on Wi-Fi. Or just a problem with the server. I never know. It's really irritating whenever it happens. I've got a pretty pleasant position. I'm going to see if I can land a knight on f5. f6, sorry. Bishop c4, queen f3, bishop takes f1, knight f6 just wins. So you can't grab the exchange. Yeah, after this game I'll get to the lag. Bishop c4, queen f. Alright, you're going to play like knight d5. That makes sense. Oh wait, you can't. I don't know what the facial expression was. Bishop pair is a little bit nice, but it's probably closer to even. Bishop c1 defends b2 and threatens b3, although I wouldn't want to play it immediately because of knight a5. It's very annoying. Instead I'll just play rook to b2, f2, sorry. Can I do this? No, I can't. Yeah, this is a problem. I'll just play bishop to b3, trying to exchange into an opposite colored bishop's ending. Because I need to get rid of that annoying knight. My pawn on d4 is a problem, and I definitely didn't choose the right square when I retreated. Alright. Knight b6. Just bishop c2, I guess. Oh, nice. I hope you didn't figure out that it was possible to have a 0 tactics rating by accident. That's pretty painful. But yeah, it is possible to have 0 on some ratings. I think some people had it on live chess. Zero rating on some live variant at one point. Maybe just bullet. I don't know. Yeah, I messed up and now I'm losing. Thinking just... I might just stop the game and go fix the lag problem. And yeah, this is not good. Oh, your H4 hangs. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to give you a top game, or but at least the first one in the list, to watch while I fix the lag. Yeah, sometimes ratings can't go beneath like 100. Yeah, I didn't lose much rating from that game. That's a plus. Got a 2200, first non-GM or IM opponent in a while. Still got like 2 points if I win this. Right, H5 coming up. Black's position is pretty horrible. He can't play H5 because they just take it, and now then the G file opens. Otherwise, I play H5 and Bishop H6 with a pretty strong attack. I guess he has to sack something. This is the only way to justify the variation. If he plays B4, knight B1, A5, I play knight F2, and you can't even sacrifice, so I'm just winning. Or if not winning, really close to it. Okay, now your king's super open. How can I use that to my advantage? Probably rook G1. Only 20 minutes left in the event, and it looks like Benjamin Bach's running away with it. Due in part to my help. Yep, I'm quote-unquote sacrificing by accident the F3 pawn. But the open lines might just be worth it. Losing H5 is kind of annoying, though. Am I still lagging? Dang it, I thought I fixed it. Well. Ouch. I'm down a lot of pawns, but I've got a lot of open lines as well. It's definitely possible I'd be able to generate some sort of play. If you play knight f6, I take on g7, king takes g7, bishop h6, check, winning the queen. Or just bishop h6 immediately. No, then he takes his check. Hey! You get to play it now. Wait, you play e4? Uh-oh. You can do that? Not as good as I thought it was, but still pretty good. Bishop d4, lining up everything. You're gonna have to play knight f6, right? Wait a minute. If I go king b1, he has knight d2 check and mate, but I don't have to do that because I got this, and I just win. Knight f6, bishop takes f6, rook takes f6, rook takes c8. If it took on c8, that would be a mistake because rook takes c8 is check. And if he goes king g8, rook g1 is mate in two. Alright, that's game. Bishop takes f6, check. If he goes king g8, it's now mate in 1. Sorry. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to be up too much material. Erwin L'Ami, I've never played this, but I hear he's pretty good. Seems to be the way to play against the Pierce nowadays, according to top players. Or at least the repertoire choices. Wait, can I take? I don't know. Probably not a good idea. Alright, let's go knight c5. Seems rather unconventional, but I think it's effective here. Attacking e4 and he can't really defend it. Well, I mean, bishop d3. Oh, e5. That's a little annoying. Knight e4? Let's try knight takes c3. If you take on d6, I can take on e3. Thank you, stay hydrated, bot. For making sure I drink water. That's a nice spot. I mean, Twitch just adds it by default to all channels. And I guess you can ban it if you want, but pretty nice that they're sort of looking out for their streamers or whatever. So my knight on e4 is pretty well placed. If I can go for c5, he takes on d5. Alright, so he's undermining my knight. That's fine. I'll be able to defend it. At least for now. Now I can play knight f6 and knight d7. If he takes on f6, I take on e3. He takes on g7. He has 2 minor pieces for the queen, but that's not enough. I'll just like take on f3 or something. e6 queen takes f4 would be a catastrophe. So, also I have on f3. I might just take that and then take on e5. I might even be better. Knight takes e5. Threatening knight f3. Maybe he won't notice. Yeah, he noticed. I think this forces some exchanges, though, and a much better ending. Yeah, I sometimes do viewer tournaments. I have not really had a big one, but kind of hoping I can grow the club to a decent size so we can have actual arenas and stuff. Alright, I think it's time to take. Knight takes e4. Can I check on h2? H2. I don't know if it's any good. I think I'll go ahead and do that. There is a saying all rook endgames are drawn, but that's not really true. It's just an exaggerated example of there's rook endgames have strong drawing tendencies. Which one's easier to remember? But I'm afraid that all rook endgames are drawn is not true. So here I'll be attempting to prove that by beating a really good technical player in this rook endgame. f5, rook f4 takes. Okay. Apparently that wasn't to his taste. I don't know why it would be. Unless you like bad ideas. Can I play f5? His idea of f5 is really annoying. I don't want to have to play it, but I might have to. Maybe I'll play h5 instead. Okay, to f5, h4, and then rook f4. Seems somewhat reasonable. Now if you go f5, I can go g5, and f6, king g6. Yeah, not all rook endgames are drawn. Bit of a misguiding saying. Here I'm threatening h4, king g2, g4 takes with a double attack on g2. With that in mind, his move's very natural. However, I renew the threat with h4. Alright, now let's attack b3. You defend it, and now I go g4. Yeah, I need to play fast. I think this wins. Oh, wait a minute. It's a lot more complicated than I thought. I gotta be careful or else white gets winning chances. Pretty sure it's just a draw now. I offer a draw. Okay. Drawing Erwin L'Ami. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, so I'll just call him Erwin. With black is not bad, I guess. I mean, it won't help me win the arena, but it's still a pretty decent result. Alright, here we've got a typical same-ish King's Indian defense. And, so far no novelties or anything weird. H4, knight H1. The knight is not poorly placed on H1 because it can come back into play via F2. White's typical plan in this structure is to go King H1, Rook G1, and G3 or G4. And if black plays Queen F6 prematurely, you play F4 and E5 and bishop takes C5 with a really nice position. White has a pretty clear advantage now. Black usually doesn't want to allow this E5 break if it doesn't lose white any material. So I'm going to continue with knight D6, and you lose the exchange. It's your choice how to give it up. But if you just leave it there, I might play F5. His idea is knight takes here, queen C7 isn't so clear. So instead I'm going to take on E5. If he takes back, I have queen H6 ideas. And if he does not, I just play E6. With a completely dominating position. Bishop takes E5. Fair enough. Should I try queen H6, rook takes F1, queen takes F1, queen G5? Should I allow that? I think queen H6, queen G5 immediately seems fine for him. Alright, now I'm going to take on B7. This might be a bad time, but I'm not entirely sure. You check on F1, I'll take. No, I think queen H6. If you're attacking G6, if bishop E8, I have interesting ideas, including rook F8. I don't know if I have to go that drastic, though. Maybe just D6, bishop C4. Bishop F5, that looks pretty strong. Except, I've got an interesting idea. Check. Alright, here I think I get to play knight d6 with little to no side effects. Or d6? Maybe d6 is stronger. Now let's go for d6. Now queen takes e6, queen takes d5, queen g7. Got interesting bishop d4. And my pawns might just be enough to win. He has no other candidates besides queen takes b7. Actually, queen g7. That's interesting. But then I think I just play d7 and I win. Yeah, black's position just sucks. Now my knight on b7 actually proves useful. What a surprise. Can I check? Bishop takes, queen check? I think so. But I don't need to. I can play bishop b6. Oh, apparently not. Oh, shoot. Completely missed that. You know, I guess I'm fighting for a draw. That's not a fun change of events. Waiting till he moves his bishop to e5, then I can check and win it. Unless he does that. I don't really see much of anything. If I can survive another minute, that's just the end of the arena. I had to play. Oof. I had to play king g1. No other choice. Alright, now I can wait. And I survived the end of the tournament. Alright, and that's the end. Winner, Grandmaster Benjamin Bok, with a final win streak of 11 games and only one loss. Next up, Sehaj Grover, who gained like 100 rating points this event, and Sergei Shigoko, who ended with a 9-game win streak. That was a very impressive field. A lot of very strong players, and including Ruslan Ponomariov, who didn't finish up that high, but only played 15 games. So yeah, that was exhausting. Thanks for watching. Sorry about lag. I'm just really confused. I've been lagging a lot recently. I have no idea why. I'm doing some tech support, I guess. Bye.